Hello and welcome. The final week of the Winter Equestrian Festival, but it is a massive one indeed. It is the Rolex US Equestrian Open Grand Prix. $1 million in the Grand Prix prize and lots of prize money throughout the week here as well. We're going to be delving into that with three of the very, very best in the sport and looking forward to a massive finale for this year's Winter Equestrian Festival. And thank you to LeMieux once again presenting our show each week as well. LeMieux, born by the best, leads the way in saddle pad innovation, comfort, performance and style, trusted by top riders worldwide. You can visit their website at lemieux.com and it's worn by the best. Thank you to them and thank you to Dodd Technologies, engineering extraordinary experiences since 1983. Discover how to elevate your sports, entertainment and corporate events at doddtechnologies.com. And bringing us our streaming each week, our live stream is supported by the USEF as well, supporting sponsor of our live stream in part with support from the US Equestrian Federation and the USEF network as well. So all of that is going to be a big week of streaming, and we can tell you we're bringing you all of the big classes here for the 5 stars. So tune in for that. Myself and Jess Curtin will be taking through the commentary of that and lots of features throughout the week as well to give you a little behind the scenes here from this finale week here at Wellington. A fantastic week in prospect here, a fantastic week last week as well with the finale of the Hermes series on Saturday night. That was the culmination of what has been a season-long spectacular. Some wonderful awards to be presented and another spectacular night of competition. A great head-to-head between two family members indeed, but lots of fun had along the way as well. DJ in action all the way and a close run thing between two members of the Blumen family. We'll look at that a little more closely in a few moments' time. But Daniel and Marky going at it and really entertaining the crowd last Saturday night as well, with Daniel Blumen being our winner. But they're receiving the flowers as well because the winner of the series was Marky Blumen, winner of the Grand Prix on that night, with a whole host of goodies for both of them. Very well done to both members of the Blumen family who took home the honours and the goodies from Hermes that night as well. So that was last Saturday night. We also had a Grand Prix on Sunday too. We'll come and highlight that in just a moment. But before all of that, we're going to head around the rings for the final time to see what was happening in all the disciplines here at WEF.
Thank you, Stephen. Week 11 at Wellington International signaled the end of the 2026 Adequan Global Dressage Festival, and it was a week brimming with national pride. Team USA ended a 5-year drought to win the Modon Nations Cup over Team Germany. Team veterans Anna Merrick on Fievel and Ashley Holzer riding Haughton San Florentino were joined by up-and-comers making their senior team debut. Jordan LaPlaca rode Gold Play, and Megan Davis rode Toronto's Lightfoot. Being part of a team with varying experience this year, 4-time Olympian Ashley Holzer said it best when she quoted, "You cannot take for granted what an honor it is to be chosen to ride on a team for your country." All eyes were on the equitation during WEF 11 as the WEF Equitation Championship presented by Prestige Italia, now in its 19th year, took center stage in the international ring with top junior riders coming forward. Coming off a win in the Brain Juice U25 Grand Prix Series just a week earlier, 16-year-old JJ Toronto of Wellington, Florida, took another win, this time in the equitation, riding Oak Grove's Carlisle. When I spoke to JJ after the class, he said, "The horse is a machine. You tell him to do something and he does it." The horse is no doubt drawing on experience as the previous mount of Irish Olympian Daniel Coyle, who also won the 5-star Rotterdam Grand Prix. The WEF Equitation Championship is a unique class with trainers not allowed to give any direction ringside or in the schooling ring. It's a concept that JJ said he practices at home, but also gains experience helping his father Jimmy in the schooling ring. I'm Lindsay Brock, and this is my final 2026 Wellington International report. We'll see you right back here in 2027. Back to you, Stephen.
Thank you very much, Lindsay, bringing us all the news throughout the season. And as she said, she'll be back next year. That's where the point we are at the Winter Equestrian Festival now. Final week and my final lineup, but it is an absolute all-star lineup for this week's WEF Weekly as well. Delighted to say alongside me is multi-Rolex Series winner Carl Cook. Carl, welcome back. You've been flying between here and California throughout the season.
Yep.
Ready for the big one?
I feel ready right now.
You're very right, absolutely, perfect. And of course, the man who's recently claimed the Rolex Dutch Masters, Richie Vogel, the European champion. You've got them shaking in their boots, I hope, this week.
Hopefully. Not yet.
Not yet. How are we feeling about it?
No, feeling good. Had a good start into the week, so yeah.
Excellent. From European champion to an Olympic champion, world champion, Rodrigo Pessoa. Always great to have you here, Rodrigo. This is always a massive week.
Yeah, always a massive week, and particularly for us as Rolex ambassadors, always important to do well on this final week.
New upping of the game this year. It's $1 million for the class this time. It has a much more nicer ring to it.
Sounds great. If you can get to it.
If you can get to it. Well, you know, 3 shots here for a start. We've got a big field for the Rolex Grand Prix this year, and I can talk to you a little bit about the qualifier in just a few moments' time. But we're going to wrap up last week first, very, very quickly. Taking a look back at the WeatherTech Grand Prix, which was the afternoon feature on the Sunday here last week. Our top 3 going in reverse order. Third place going to Ibrahim Barazi and Joy de Vigo after a very, very good performance during Nations Cup week as well, jumping superb clears there. Doing the same again into the WeatherTech Grand Prix on a beautiful Sunday afternoon to finish into top 3. Second place in the lineup, it was a competitive round for this. Michaela Langmeier, though, again doing the really good work and producing another very good clear to sit nicely in the lineup with Riesing, with an upcoming combination for her to put her into second place, concluding another very good season with the production of her hoists as well. And the winning combination of the WeatherTech Grand Prix, Alex Matz and Junior Canan. Lovely run for them. Carl, I'm going to come to you for this. I mean, I really like this horse, but a really, really nice afternoon of sport.
Yeah, it was a great afternoon. There was a good number clear. It was like 10 or 12 horses. Yeah. And it was a fun jump off to watch because people were going for it. It was getting faster, you know, and it wasn't just 4 faults of the first fence and then you go slowly after. It was really exciting to watch, and it was a great afternoon.
Lovely afternoon, and great for the Matz family, getting a notched-up win in the Grand Prix there onto the WeatherTech Grand Prix, added onto the list. But I said we'd take a little look back as well at Saturday night. There was the final lineup there. Kent Farrington in 4th, Brian Mogren making the top 5, but going to look back at the Hermes final, and side-by-side between the 2 cousins, Daniel and Marky Blumen. Carl, you've been up against these 2 on a regular basis. Let's take a look at this. Daniel obviously on the grey with Gemma. Marky with his ride as well with Felina. Pretty close stuff, but it was lovely to see a really competitive run. And actually, for those that were here, they were really getting the crowd going.
Yeah, and it's fun, these side-by-sides, especially with this jump-off, because at one point Daniel's ahead, at one point Marky's ahead, and it's really interesting to see where you gain ground and where you lose ground.
Taking them here, it was pretty level pegging at this point, and actually just getting ahead there for Daniel Blumen. But actually, as we get a little bit closer towards the end, Daniel puts a really good move on this turn. Here, there we go, at the Tokyo fence, on cue, thank you very much. And to the last, I mean, it looked very, very close. It was very, very close in the times in the end between those 2. What, 47.22 for Mark and 47.10 for there. But Daniel Blumen there, getting the crowd going. He's going to get you all in the mood. Richie, you like to get the crowd wound up as well, don't you?
Yeah, of course. I think it's nice to, you know, get the crowd excited too, and it's a big part of our sport to have a crowd behind you and cheering for us all doing well, and yeah, it's a big part of it.
I like your celebration. You've really sort of got this high five going around the ring now. There's a few copying it, but it's good. Carl, have you done the same yet, or we're waiting for it?
I haven't done that yet.
Not yet. It's coming. Let's talk this week. Let's move on to this week and actually into the Rolex series, the resumption of the Rolex series. And a little look back at the winners from last year. Rodrigo, this is into now the third year of this series. It's been a great pulling together of some spectacular events that have been real tradition of the sport, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. Rolex, like always, you know, bring a special touch to these horseshoes that were already fantastic. And whether it's La Baule or Falstable or Brussels or Dublin, you know, they're established horseshoes that now have that crown jewel on top, and it's really nice to see, all with great attendance, with the best riders and the best horses, with great crowds, and that's really, really good to see.
Let's have a little look because it starts here in Wellington. So we go a little bit back to Christian Kukuk last year with Checker. Richie, 2 wins on the bounce for this pair. You won it previously. We're going to pull that back up in a second as well. You watched these 2 in action last week, jumping double clear, because obviously they were on your team.
Yeah.
How is he feeling about it?
I think he's pretty confident and pretty, pretty much looking forward for the Grand Prix. Checker was in super shape. He had a bit of a break showing-wise, while Christian was, finding some new matches here in Florida. He was at home in Riesenbeck. Ludger Beerbohm actually showed him a bit at their home facility there in Riesenbeck at their home show, and obviously brought him back out in fantastic form. He was double clear for Team Germany to secure us the win in the Nations Cup there in Ocala. So I guess he's up there on the list this week.
Looking good shape. Let's run through a few of those from last year as well. Rome, the fantastic Piazza di Siena as well. That was victory for Yuri Mansour there, and with the fabulous Miss Blue as well. That was fantastic for them. We then moved on through the series into keeping up with the wonderful traditional venues as well, as you mentioned. Le Ball in France after great success there for Yuri. Daniel Deusser was going to be the man who came out as our winner in the next stage here. The beautiful Piazza di Siena could be no more stunning or historic spot for the sport. Daniel Deusser then, let's take a look at him from Le Ball. Rodrigo, you're familiar with this venue.
Yeah,
and this was a fantastic round.
Yeah, it was a
Super
great
smooth.
jump off, and it went faster and faster, and Daniel really is whatever horse he's riding, always have to respect him in the jump off because he's very competitive, and this horse had not won anything really significant at this level, and but little by little the horse was getting better, and it was just a question of time when he was going to win a good class, and he took this one in great style.
Moving on to the next in Falsterbo. Who was the winner in Falsterbo? Oh, Carl Cook. Let's take a look at this. And of course, fantastic afternoon for you out on the Swedish peninsula there. Caracol, talk to me about this one very briefly.
I mean, it was my second time to Falsterbo, and she felt great in the Nations Cup there, and coming into the Grand Prix, you can just let it fly. We're lucky to be clear in the first round, and because we were quick in the first round, we went last in the jump off, it's always good fun, because if you really nail it, then you know that you've won, and so it's just lay it all the way out there and have fun.
Job done. Excellent. So Carl Cook was the winner in Falsterbo. They then headed to France again, to Dinard, and a familiar name to many here with Aaron Vale and Carismo, the winners there on that beautiful field down on the French coast as well. And then we moved on to the final stage, coming up, of course, 2 final stages actually. We've got Dublin after that with Laura Kraut as well. Just the single clear there, Rodrigo. That was quite a spectacular Grand Prix. It was really exciting.
Yeah, it was very unusual because as it was going and no clears, I went towards the end, and like 5 or 6 to the end, and Laura was after me, so there was 2 or 3 after her. And yeah, a single clear. Mistakes everywhere. Alan Wade is one of the best course builders in the world, and for some reason there were little mistakes everywhere, and she was the only one to master it. So without having to go a second time, which is nice.
It actually made a really tense Grand Prix, a really exciting Grand Prix, really historic Grand Prix there in Dublin. So well done to Laura, who brought that one home. She also finished second in the Aachen Grand Prix as well. And the final one was in Brussels. Nina Malavé, now the world number 7. Dynasty de Beaufort, continuing a fantastic run of clears that was going right back to here. Again, different character to the show here, Richie. There's lots of production, lots of excitement. It's a really fun show to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Brussels is a show that is maybe history-wise not so long in the sport, but it's perfect conditions for horses, perfect conditions for a rider. The visitors are very well taken care of, so all around it's a fantastic show, and the team around Stefan Conter do an amazing job there.
Well done to Nina Malavé. Continues a brilliant run. She's going to be part of our field here as well. Richie, let's come on to you. Well, actually, let's go back to you first, because we're going to talk the WEF Grand Prix this season. We're heading to the Fidelity Grand Prix onto week 5, which you were the winner of course, with Gangster. What's the plan this week? Gangster's coming back out?
Gangster's coming back out. I have Claudia here for the WEF, and then hopefully, Gangster will be in good shape for Saturday.
Memories of this earlier on this season? We're going to be enhancing those, I'm sure, and reflecting on them on Saturday night.
Yeah, best memories, of course. Always good to win a Grand Prix here in Wellington. Gangster is a horse we don't have so long in our stables, but to be honest, every show he goes, he surprises us again and just delivers and tries and gives his best. So we have very high hopes in him also for the future. He jumps Saturday night, and then also he's my horse for the World Cup finals. So and big weeks ahead for him.
He's got about 6 weeks more experience than he has winning there. So let's go back to the rest. McLean Ward, of course, was our winner on week 7 into the Modon Grand Prix there with High Star Hero, and another fantastic win for him, Rodrigo. Unfortunately, he's got an injury this week. I spoke to him this morning. He said he's got a few weeks he's going to have to be on the sideline, which is a shame because he's been a regular winner of this Grand Prix. But this was a spectacular finish for him.
Yes, of course. You know, McLean also, anytime that he's in the jump off, no matter the horse, you have to take care. This was a very quick jump off as well, and unfortunately he's going to have to miss out this week, and I'm sure he's like really disappointed. But he had a bad fall, and he has to take some time off and get better. And we're not complaining that he's not in the field, but we feel bad that he's not competing, because he's always a great competitor to go against.
He's great to go against. And our final 5-star, well, the final 5-star up to this point, of course, we've got our biggest yet to come, was, of course, the Bainbridge Grand Prix with Dara Kenny winning there with Eddie Blue as well, another one that will feature on the field here this week too. So looking forward to that. So those have been our 3 winners through the Grand Prix so far this season. Dara, as ever, wonderful precision round to bring home the Grand Prix. Richie, let's come on to you, as we already put this in the history books and talk the history of the last few weeks. We've just seen a little of Gangster there as well, but it's been a fantastic few weeks, Dutch Masters, and we're going to also, as we see the final bit of Dara Kenny's round, reflect on your previous win in the Rolex Grand Prix here, Chapano Balabé. Yeah. What are your memories of that?
Cepano is a really, really cool horse. He was brought out here just in the beginning of the WEF circuit. He was bought by Molly and Veronica Tracy. We had him in the stable earlier already, but we really recognized he could be something special, so they kind of secured him for me. And then over the circuit, he just got better and better and more secure and more secure. And even beginning of the week, I still doubted if I should put him in that big Grand Prix. It's a lot to ask, obviously, for at that point he was only 9. But he felt so good and so secure, so we decided, yes, we'll give it a try. And to then come out as a winner of the Grand Prix was just fantastic, because it was so unexpected.
Yeah.
And the horse then also moved on and did so many good things. So that was really something special.
And talking of partnerships, I think we've got a little of the Dutch Masters as well. Your success in the first of the Rolex Grand Slams of the season as well. This was pretty spectacular. How many times have you watched this back now?
To be honest, not so often. We had a couple of busy days, busy weeks. Right after that class, I went to the airport and flew over to do the Nations Cup in Ocala.
But what was the feeling of this like?
It was just a United Touch doing his thing again. You know, it's a very, very special horse. I'll probably never experience a horse like him again in my life. So I guess I better enjoy it while I have him and make the most out of it.
And you've got someone like Rodrigo alongside you with, of course, the fabulous Balabé that you had in your career. It's so tough, I would imagine, in the sport to go this really is the horse of a lifetime, but I've also got to think about the next ones as well. But to get that when you were sort of similar ages as well, how does that return?
Yeah, I think it's very true what Richie says is that you have to enjoy it while you have them, while you recognize that these horses are special. Like Carl, for example, with Caracol,
Yeah.
it's a horse of a lifetime, and hopefully you have a second horse of a lifetime. But those are horses that are so special and sometimes we take it a little bit for granted, and I think it's very right to recognize that you have to enjoy the moment, and they make our life so, when they're that good, they make our life so easy, and you figure that out after with horses that you have a little bit more trouble with. Like, this is a little bit harder than it used to be. But anyways, yeah, it's a horse that is, it's in a class apart,
Yeah.
and they have to fall in the right hands like they do, and then that's how they can repeat these big wins in these classes, and and other people can dream about it, but it's special when you have the chance to have a horse like that come across.
United Touch is very unique. How do you sort of compartmentalize United Touch to, say, Jumping Gangster this week?
Yeah, maybe it's almost an advantage that they're so unique and so different. United Touch probably has about a meter more stride than Gangster. So right the moment you start to canter, you realize, okay, it's not United.
Yeah.
But nevertheless, Gangster is a brilliant horse and did already some super things. And I think we have a good chance. And he's really up and coming. He's inexperienced enough in this level, but I think he's ready for it. So. Yeah, I'm excited for Saturday night. Yeah, they all, have their own weaknesses, their own strengths. So we try to, our job, I think, as riders, is to try to make the best out of them, bring the best out of them, make them strong in their weak points, and even improve their strong points.
And speaking of horses of a lifetime as well, Carl, you've got one right now in Caracol. We're going to reflect on a couple of your wins that you've had in the Rolex series as well. Of course, you had wins in Rome, Falsterbo before now. How special is this horse, and what's the thought on this week?
I mean, we're feeling good coming into this week. We had a good week, week 8, next couple week here, a couple weeks back. And, we've been leading up after that, each day getting ready for this week. And I think we're in a good place. But, it's kind of it's a special feeling that I think Rodrigo's had, and obviously Richie as well, where there's sometimes you jump clear in some classes and you go in for the jump off, and you just know.
Yeah.
You just know you're going to be faster. Like you try to be calm, and obviously you have to do each jump correct, but you just know that you have the speed in there. And so as long as you can keep to your plan, and not get ahead of yourself, not get overwhelmed, you just know it's there.
It was interesting that somebody said a few years ago about a very good horse that they had in their string, that they said, I feel under pressure now because the horse is very good, and the only thing I feel that can screw up is me.
But yeah, I'd rather that personally.
Yeah.
Because
it's a different pressure.
Sometimes
is my
with
point.
the horses, you wonder, should I do this? Should I do that to try to improve this weak point? But at least with yourself, it's easier to know where you're at, and it's easier to make changes. It's easier to make changes faster, and especially if you have a good team behind you that can help you with a lot of that stuff. I'd much rather it be a rider issue than a horse issue.
We've got, I think, a little of Rome as well. You had success there as well. I say Rome, Falsterbo. Just as you say, you have that confidence when you go in, and this set you on for an amazing year as well.
Yeah, this one was out of the blue for us. Our first show together in Europe, our first show on grass, and at that point there was nothing for me to lose. So, just let it fly, and
I remember how much you enjoyed this.
Oh, it's great fun. I mean, when it works like that, it's great fun. But when you don't have anything to lose, it's
just
easy to let it go.
And now, I mean, we've got a little of we'll see this one through as well. But a super round there in Rome. We've got a little Falsterbo, as you say, a little bit different here. A couple of years down the line,
Yep.
you know the missile that you've got.
Yeah, and I think that's, the big thing that I have been learning throughout the years with her is to try to throttle it correctly.
Yeah.
There's always faster with her, but that doesn't mean you should do it. and you get really excited when you're in a jump off and you're committed and you want to see how fast you can go, but it's really important to work the throttle and not just
just go full bore all the way.
Yeah.
Great to see that. That was, of course, in Falsterbo here, and giving it another fantastic run there. And there we go. You won it. Yes. Job done. Rodrigo, what he's saying there as well is understanding your horse more than anything, isn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Is knowing the weaknesses and taking advantage of the strength, and knowing, like, when you come in a jump off like that, knowing exactly where you have to take a split second, or where you can take a little shave to make it quick, and it's knowing, and that comes with the repetition of Grand Prix and jump offs that sometimes you win, but many times you lose as well, and then you understand how to have everything controlled, and then on some days everything comes together, and that's you have to be a student of the sport,
yeah,
but also student of your own combination. That's very important, and I think Carl does that also very well. He's very committed to studying his package, and he knows it well, and it shows in the competitions.
Your own analytics. How do you feel about that?
I mean, I think it's our duty to learn from every single round that we do, and to get better from each round. And if I'm not doing it, I know Richie's doing it, and I know Rodrigo's doing it, and so they're going to be getting better than me, and that I don't like that. So you have to analyze every opportunity you have. You have to take every advantage you have, and it's our jobs as horse people to just get better each day.
Rodrigo, let's talk your horses at the moment. You've got a little of where you've finished well here with Major Tom before now. Major Tom's going to be back in the spring, correct?
Yes, we're hoping that he's jumping again. He had a little injury in the fall last year, and he probably needed the little time off, and he's been doing very well. He's been jumping, and I'm hoping that in the spring I'll have him back and for some shows in Europe, and maybe towards the end of the year to do something more important. But he's in good form. He's in a good place, and we followed a very strict calendar to bring him back, and he feels very good. So I'm very pleased about that.
But that's also led to the fact you've got other horses that you've brought up, and one of them has been Prince this season, which has been new into your stable, which we're going to show a little of in a second. But as you say, you have to then sort of look at how you change who's going to be your top horse through the season. But Prince van Dijkenloop, who was jumping what at the start of the season, because is now jumping very well at 5-star.
Well, due to the injury of Major, I've had to go a little bit quicker with this horse, a little bit quicker than I really wanted, but this is the job. The other one got injured, and he has the capabilities, and we started in the National Grand Prix here with a couple of rails, and now he's jumping consistently in the 5-star well. We still need to rub off some little mistakes, but we're getting closer. It's a horse that has a lot of scope, big canter, and I think that he's going to be a really good horse. He is already a very good horse, but I think he can become even better, and he's grown incredibly in this past 3 months here.
How much does he excite you?
I'm very excited about him. I was excited about him all along, but developing a horse while you're jumping 5-star and trying to go clear is a lot to ask from a horse, but he's done it pretty well. He's jumped some good rounds through the winter, and I'm really I'm confident for this week, but I also know that he doesn't have the mileage of a Caracol, of a Greya, but we'll try to do our best to have a good performance here.
And for this year as well, for the three of you, I'd imagine. I mean, this is a big year, World Championship year as well. Rodrigo, you've won that title. Yeah. This is a good sort of marker point. Would that be fair to say in the season early on to see how you go?
I mean, for me personally, this horse, I think that he showed that he has the potential. Obviously, I only started jumping with him in January. So we'll see, we'll take it step by step. Major Tom has much more experience, we know him better, but he had this injury and coming back now, we'll see how well he comes back into top shape. It's only in August, but it's already in August.
Yeah.
So we'll see. And the only thing that I have in mind is that, last time I won the World Championship, I also started riding the horse in January. So, so that's a good, that's a thing that I do think about from time to time, but the horse gives me confidence. And after these 3 months, I think, we'll start doing a little bit on grass and see how that evolves. And the horse will tell me if he's ready or not. I don't need to do another World Championship just because. The horse would tell me if he's ready or not, and then we'll go from there. But I'm looking forward to do it because Aachen is a special place, and I don't have that many in front of me, so I would like to go.
Richie, for you, I assume your season's been working backwards as well. Dutch Masters are obviously there with United Touch, but that's where you work backwards from.
Yeah, absolutely. That's by far the biggest goal this year. And as you mentioned, we work backwards from that. We try to do a good plan, try to peak at the right time. So hopefully we're not way too early. But yeah, it's always good when they're in form. United feels very good. I have to give my team at home a big compliment. They really kept him in best shape. I was here developing some other horses, including Gangster, and I barely rode him this year because I was here in Florida, and just sat on him Monday before Den Bosch and saw or checked if all the buttons still work, and they were working pretty good. So
working fine.
So basically, it's their achievement, really.
You have a top-class team at home, but I still think Christian Kukuk wins this season with Luca Beerbaum riding his horse to keep him ready going for the season.
We both can't complain about our home riders.
Carl, obviously, Caracol as well. You'll be thinking, as I say, this is a good marker in the season, and then we see where we go.
Yeah, the past couple of years, honestly, we've started the year just not very good. And we've gotten better as the year's gone on, so it's a good marker to see how we're doing in comparison to previous years. And with the goal being Aachen in August, how we can judge from our previous experiences and our previous starts to where we ended up and what we need to do from there.
Let's talk about who's here this week, because it is a massive field here that is a very strong field, probably the strongest field that we've had for the Rolex week here. So let's take a look at the 20 highest ranked riders here this week as well. I can tell you tomorrow we've got 60 in the Grand Prix qualifier as well, and we come across that and go across that and the speed for qualifying for the Grand Prix. But again, the Grand Prix is going reverse order of qualifying. Ken Farrington, world number 2, Ben Mayer, world number 3, Richie, who's with us here, world number 4, Christian Kukuk, number 6. We've got 6 of the world's top 10 with us. I'd like to see Nina Malavey in there, Shane Sweetnam. A little further down, going through our top 20. That takes to 11 of the top 20 there, including Daniel Blumen, Carl Cook, world number 18 right now. Abdel Saeed has rolled up in town as well, world number 21. He's done that before and walked away with the Grand Prix. Then we go into the list there from, I say, a top 20 in those, always in the top 50. Lily Keenan, Dara Kenny, Erin Ballard, Jordan Coyle, Bertram Allen. Bertram is a multi-Grand Prix winner here as well. He's gone very well in this Grand Prix before now as well. Is the 18th on our list. And then, of course, Pier Giorgio Bucci comes in as well. He's been making 1 or 2 appearances this season and back here for the Rolex US Equestrian Open Grand Prix. Mark Blumen might be the one in the field to keep a little eye on there, Rodrigo, because with Landon, he's gone very well this season.
Yeah, definitely. It's a new combination, a horse that had the experience, but has proven to jump very well for Marquis, and had some great results, and I think it's a great horse for him for the future, and for sure, one to look out for on Saturday night.
He's been having a lot of fun. Okay, Carl, who's the big danger to you this week?
I mean, it's a field of dangers. You can't look left, you can't look right. They're all around you, but that's the fun. That's how you prove if you're worthy or not. And I think it'll be exciting if I put things together and get into the jump off. It'll be we'll give it a good run.
Caracol versus Greer. What do we think? Who'd come out in the shootout there?
I don't know. Kent and I have a little bit of history, so we might, one of us might not make it out of the ring.
It was it Le Ball? The two of you went against? It was Le Ball. Yeah. Kent got ahead there, but it was a really good shootout for that one. Richie, for you looking around here, let's talk, of course, fellow German rider Christian Kuckuck going for his three-peat, won it twice in a row. How are you feeling? There's a pretty strong European contingent here.
Yeah, absolutely. Since the Nations Cup happened last week there in Ocala, a lot of people took the opportunity and traveled down here. Yeah, those Rolex shows are always special, so the best riders are here. For sure the strongest field we had all circuit, so as Carl said, there's a lot of danger everywhere around us.
But do you like that? Do you like the fact you get a really strong field? Because it just feels really serious at that point.
Absolutely. I think most of us riders, we get drawn to shows where we know it's the highest of the sport, it's the most competitive, and that's normally the shows where we learn the most, where we grow the most, where we always drive home and feel like we got a step ahead. Sometimes we had no success at the show, but at least we know what we need to work on and what we need to do in order to step up to that level. So I think that's the only way how you can improve. Always measure yourself with the best there is around and see where you stand and what to do to get up there.
Keep pushing yourself. Let's take a little look, because we did a social media poll to see what all of you thought at home, whether Christian Kuckuck will do his three-peat here, a three-time win in a row, or whether it will be somebody else. We'll take a look at how it came out. 52% think Christian will do it, 48% think it'll be a different winner. Richie, is that good news for you?
That's a lot of confidence on Christian, which I can understand. As I said, his horse is in really good shape and he's always up there on the list. But obviously there is a chance for a new winner. So
we're nearly 50-50, which is good. We're nearly 50-50, which is great. So 48% there thinking there's a chance for the rest of the field. So that was what we heard from all of you. Let's just remind, we're going to start wrapping up the season. We've got all the leaderboards of all the various championships that have been taking place throughout. And of course, they come to a conclusion here this week as well. And tomorrow we'll be presenting the Leading Lady Award, presented by Martha Jolicoeur. Erin Ballard is the leader of that, and I think is probably head of the rest. So Nina Malavey in second. Mara Little, after an amazing season, in fact, she finished twice second, not only twice second, but twice equal seconds in Grand Prix this year. Can't quite believe that one, but that was amazing. Natalie Dean in fourth, Lily Keenan top 5. How about the leading international rider? But we've still got $1 million Grand Prix to throw into this yet, so this could go a little differently yet. Shane Sweetnam is ahead, 259,859 in terms of dollar wins. Richie, you're there in fourth place at the moment, but a win on Saturday completely changes that. He's just got an eye on that, doing the maths. So that could be another little added bonus, thanks to Mike Smith, who gives the extra $25,000 on that as well. And to our veteran riders with the Rushy Marsh, Don Little Masters, Molly Athey after the win under the lights that we had of Masters Mania a couple of weeks ago as well. They're still on the top of that leaderboard as well. So let's remind you of how it will play out this week with our big classes for the 5-star for this Rolex US Equestrian Open. I should remind you, it's part of the US Equestrian Open as well, which runs across the 3 disciplines of the sports here in the US as well, across dressage, across eventing, and the final here for jumping as well. Tomorrow we'll be bringing you the $116,100 Adequan 5-star WEF Challenge Cup. As I say, I will be in the commentary box with Jessica Kirsten throughout the week as well. Delighted to have her with me throughout. Friday is the Bainbridge Company's 5-star 150. That also playing into qualifying for Saturday's $1 million. We've not used that many zeros yet in our graphics. There we go. Rolex US Equestrian Open Grand Prix on Saturday, and Sunday. It is a more gentle Sunday with the conclusion of the Vogel 2-star Grand Prix series there as well. That's the week. Remains to say, good luck to you all. Who's winning it? Could be one of the three of you, but I think it's going to be a competitive round tomorrow. 60 in the qualifier, Carl. That's going to make it tough.
Yeah, that makes, I think, 36, 37 that actually go from the qualifier into the Grand Prix, but I think that's the right way to do it, and once he makes that cutoff, then it's all prep for Saturday.
All prep for Saturday. You're obviously been building towards this, Richie. Hungry to get a second Rolex Grand Prix win here?
I mean, that would be fantastic. Yeah, we gave Gangster a little rest ahead of this since he was in very good form the first 2 5-stars. So yeah, we'll see how good the plan was.
Fingers crossed. And for you, Rodrigo, I'm looking forward to seeing Prince out there as well. We'll see how this week goes. Going to be great. Some up and coming instinct Major Tom later in the season. Thank you to all three of you. Good luck for a fantastic week ahead. Good luck to all of them that are part of the whole of this week as well. Our thanks as well to all our supporting sponsors throughout all of our streaming, and thank you to all of you, and of course to Lemon, nearly there. Lemon is in the green colours, of course, for Rolex week as well here too, and thanks to LeMieux has been with us throughout the season. Thank you for joining us through all of our season of WEF Weekly as well. Of course, this is also the final one of 2026. We'll be back in 2027, but we've got lots more to bring you on our streaming throughout and our broadcasts through this week as well. So our thanks to all our supporting sponsors that have brought our streaming throughout, including, of course, the USEF as well, and the USEF network, who are bringing our streaming to you, supporting sponsor of the live stream from the US Equestrian Federation and the USEF network as well. And to Dodd Technologies, our streaming partner throughout, engineering extraordinary experiences since 1983, a huge part of our operation on the showground here as well. Thank you to Mark Dodd and to Wanda and all the family there. Discover how to elevate your sports, entertainment and corporate events at doddtechnologies.com. And of course to LeMieux as well, who supported this year, bringing our show to you each week for WEF Weekly as well. Warned by the best, head to the website, LeMieux.com. Head to us all throughout the week for the very best in jumping here for the Winter Equestrian Festival. Good luck to my three guests here as well, but good luck to them all. Tomorrow is going to be a big day as well for qualifying. We'll see who's going to be the last to go in Saturday night's Grand Prix, because that will be the winner from tomorrow's qualifier. It's all going to be a big serving on the table this week. Enjoy. Make sure you're with us for all of us here from the final week of the Winter Equestrian Festival.